Myles Miller Motivation. Go get it.
Hello, and welcome to the fourth quarter comeback show. I am your host, Mr. Myles W. Miller. People, tonight's a wonderful night. It's Monday, November 19th, 2018, and we're here tonight to inspire you to finish this year strong. The fourth quarter of 2018 is still upon us. It hasn't left yet. There's still some things that you have on the table, I know, because I am the same way. I have some things on the table that I must accomplish. You have some things on the table that you must accomplish. And I'm here to encourage you tonight to put everything you have behind it, to finish this year strong. But before I go any further, I submit this show and its entire experience to God's Holy Spirit so that we all get what we came for. People, tonight I want to talk to you about one of my favorite topics in the world, and that is the life of your dreams. You know, I say it like this: the life of your dreams is wonderful, and you deserve it, which is something that you, by now, should get used to hearing me say. I'm going to say it a lot. The life of your dreams is wonderful, and you deserve it. Again, the life of your dreams is wonderful, and you deserve it. So when I say that, it inspires me. It lights me on fire to want to experience the life of my dreams. And so one of the things that we do a lot of is visualization. We visualize our ideal life. And I have you focus on things that you do want and things, not the things you don't want. I don't have you focus on price tags. I don't have you focusing on naysayers. I don't have you focus on anything that takes your attention away from the things that you truly want, because the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. So one of the things that really inspired me this morning when I woke up, I've been doing this for quite a while, and one of my mentors who I never got a chance to meet, I claimed him as a mentor because I watched them on TV. I listened to their CDs at the time. I read their books, anything that I could to get access to this person and their wisdom. I did it, and that person is none other than Dr. Wayne Dyer. And Dr. Dyer said something one time, and I want to paraphrase it. He was talking about contemplation. He was on a PBS special, and honestly, when I saw him, this is what really triggered some new things for me. He talked about contemplation, and contemplation, for those who don't know, is the mindful meditation, the consideration of things, period, of things. Now, what you contemplate determines how you elevate or how you descend, according to how you are processing thoughts. But he said this, and it was so profound, I never forgot it. Like I said, I want to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly as he said it, but I remember the gist of what he said. And he said that airplanes don't contemplate the staying on the ground of things. And I believe he actually may have been talking about the Wright brothers and their mission and assignment to put us to flight. You know, it was so crazy that even the Wright brothers themselves, they were sons of a pastor. And their father, in a sermon, with them sitting in the front row, said that if God wanted people to fly, he would have given them wings. And they didn't let it deter them. They had a vision of what they wanted to accomplish. They wanted to have us fly. They wanted to create flight for human beings, which, as you know today, many of us probably couldn't fathom not being able to fly from here to our next destination in such a short period of time. I know me personally, I have a saying or a personal guideline that I will not drive somewhere that's longer than 4 hours. Anything longer than 4 hours, I'm getting on a plane. Because in 4 hours, I could be in LA. I live in Detroit, Michigan. If I were to get on a plane right now, I'd drive to Romulus, Michigan, where Detroit Metro Airport is located, get on a plane, and I could be at LAX 4 hours later. There's no way I want to drive 4 hours and still be in the same state or even, worse than that. So I look at that. I can I can say that. Some people may think I'm pompous when I say it. Some people think may think I'm arrogant when I say that. But I just really have, as I've gotten older, my patience to sit in a car for long stretches of time has really, really waned. I don't really want to sit in a car like for that long a period of time. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. And I like driving. That's the thing about it. I love driving, but I don't like driving that far. I've driven from Detroit to Atlanta several times, actually countless times. And that drive, I used to be able to do it, I could probably do it with my eyes closed. I know the road so intimately. But I just have no desire to do that now when I can get on a flight and be in Atlanta in 90 minutes. It's different. I don't want to, I could do something else with all that time that it takes to travel. So I think about that when I think about this whole statement of contemplating, as Dr. Dyer said about the Wright brothers, that planes don't fly high, contemplating the staying on the ground of things. Planes don't fly high, contemplating the staying on the ground of things. In essence, what Dr. Dyer was saying was that in order to take flight, you have to think flight. You have to think flying high. You have to see yourself in possession of the things that cause you to fly high, that cause you to get up off the ground, that cause you to do everything necessary to soar with the eagles. Contemplation is a key to living the life of your dreams. And so I want to talk to you about contemplation. That's what tonight's message is really going to be about. Living the life of your dreams. The life of your dreams is wonderful. You deserve it. But what is the key factor, the linchpin, if you will, to setting you on the path of living the life of your dreams? It is contemplation. What are you contemplating? And so I thought about that all day. There are certain things that I want to accomplish, I want to manifest. Today is Monday. I call Monday Manifestation Monday. And there's some things that I want to manifest, but even before the end of the night, some things that I still want to manifest, to set me up for the rest of the week. And one thing that that word contemplate just is resonating in my spirit. Contemplate. What are you contemplating? What are you giving deep thought to? What are you meditating on? What are you meditating on right now? Ask yourself that question. Are you meditating on fear? Are you meditating on anger? Are you meditating on something that's not productive? Me personally, and here's the thing, in meditating or contemplating the things that you truly want to see manifest in your life, it doesn't mean that this very moment. I've gone through some trials over the course of the last 2-3 months, actually last 2 or 3 weeks. There's been some crazy things just popping off, and I'm thankful that the power of meditation, that I can go and examine my life through my imagination and view the life of my dreams. And the life of my dreams gives me encouragement, gives me motivation, and gives me empowerment to know that the moment that I'm living in right now are temporary. This too shall pass, as my great aunt would always tell me. If things are not going according to plan, this too shall pass. The good things don't last forever, but neither the bad things. This too shall pass. So as I contemplate on the things I truly want to see manifest in my life, the energy that I draw from it, it inspires me. It encourages me. Even when things may not, like I said, may not be going according to plan. I can't contemplate the going wrongs of things and expect to manifest the life of my dreams. I can't contemplate the left field stuff that other people may do and walk in my destiny. I have to contemplate living the life of my dreams, which is wonderful and I deserve. I have to contemplate those thoughts. I have to contemplate things that generate that thought pattern, that ignite that thought pattern. So what am I saying to you tonight? I'm saying to you tonight that it's time for us to manifest some beautiful things. And those things have the power to change your life. But you can't allow anything or anyone Hear me again. You can't allow anything or anyone to get you to meditate on something that is false for you. Go back to Orville Wright and his brother, Wilbur. I could not remember that man's name. Orville and Wilbur Wright, brothers from the same father. And their father, their blood father, who was a pastor, who was a man of God, who people look up to for spiritual inspiration and guidance and leadership. And this man has openly shot down the dreams of his two sons, who are sitting right there in the front row of the service. Now, had they contemplated, well, maybe our father is right. Maybe our father, he's this pastor, he's a man of God, he's our leader, he's our father, and what father knows is best. What if they did that? What if they allowed themselves to succumb to the thoughts of their dad, who, by all means, probably meant well? He probably thought he was saving his sons from humiliation, himself from humiliation, because his sons are doing this thing that nobody else has ever done, or that doesn't make any sense. Think about if they had allowed themselves to contemplate something that was false for their assignment, because their assignment wasn't to contemplate this thing on the ground of things. Their assignment required them to contemplate the flying high of things. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. I implore you today to contemplate the flying high of your dreams. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. I implore you today to meditate on beautiful things. Consider successful things happening for you. People every day go through trials, tribulations. And here's the thing, trials and tribulations, they do come. We are promised that in Scripture. We were promised that. Those things are going to happen. You're going to have to deal with trials. And you're going to deal with tribulation. It's going to happen. You're going to have to deal with some things not going according to your plans. That's going to happen. But when things go awry, I ask that you don't go with them. I ask that you center yourself. You get yourself calm again. And you remember this statement that the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. I want you to go get quiet somewhere and think about your dreams, think about your goals, and think about your aspirations, and think about why you want it. You know, when I first started out on this mission, I wanted to empower people, to cause them to live life of their dreams. I wanted them to be happy. I want to make people aware of their just God-given talents and show them how to utilize those talents to prosper themselves and their families. Well, guess what? Sometime along the way, sometime along the path, along the journey, I built a family. So guess what? Now my goals and my aspirations are a little bit heightened, because now I have an immediate legacy that I have to affect. So I want to be successful because I want them to be blessed. I want them to have everything they could possibly want and need in abundance, without us having to think about where it's going to come from or what I'm going to have to do to get this or what, this, that, and the other. I want to be able that if my son wants to go to a football camp, if he decides he wants to play football, and the camp is in Canada, we all get on a plane and go. I want to. There's a place I went to, a restaurant I went to on Saturday, and I was just passing by it and through this neighborhood. I saw some houses. I saw this restaurant. I saw this neighborhood, and I got out my car and just went into the restaurant just to see what it looked like, because I'd never been there before. I had never seen it. And when I walked in, this vibe that I picked up was like, this is a place that I should be. I should hang out here. The people here, they're speaking my language. The life of my dreams is wonderful, and I deserve it. I received that to myself. And when I saw the houses in this neighborhood, I was like, I deserve to live in a place like this. My wife deserves to live here, and I deserve to give it to her. My children should be able to play with a yard this huge. It's almost like a football field. The life of my dreams is wonderful, and I deserve it. I tell you, internalize it. And at that moment, I was internalizing, and I felt good driving through that neighborhood. I felt good walking through that neighborhood. I felt good walking into that restaurant because I knew that I was being supercharged and I was being exposed to something different that I had never seen before. And in seeing this thing I had never seen before, it triggered the life of my dreams in my mind. It played that in my imagination for my mind to see again, hey, we got goals and aspirations. The life of my dreams is wonderful and I deserve it. We want to go somewhere. We plan on going to the next level. We're planning on doing some amazing things. We're planning on doing some wonderful stuff, and we're planning on doing it now. And this was me talking to myself. I tell you right now, the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit on your dreams. You hear me say that often. Those are things that you're going to hear me say a lot. You come see me in person, I'm going to say it a lot. You hear me on a podcast, I'm going to say it a lot. You hear me live, I'm going to say it a lot. You see me on TV, I'm going to say it. Because I want you to get that in your spirit. I want you to contemplate. When you hear the word dream, I want you to think about my dream and internalize my dream. Not Myles W. Miller's dream, but whoever you are, whatever your dream is. Whenever you hear the word dream, I want you to see your dream play out on your imagination. And I want you to let it play out. Let it run free. Because every time your mind sees it, your mind is so powerful. Your mind is so powerful. Your mind does not want to let you be without the things you see in your imagination. Your mind does not want you to live without the things you see in your imagination. That's why your imagination is so powerful. That's why you have to be careful what you say and what you do, because all those things affect your imagination. You got to be careful where you go because all those things affect your imagination. And if it stays in your imagination long enough, guess what's going to happen? Your mind, which is so powerful, such a powerful tool, it is like a heat-seeking missile. And if you give it a target, it's going to go get it. You hear me? It's going to go get it. And so the life of your dreams, which is wonderful and you deserve, you need to keep that in your imagination. You need to have it playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You got to have that going on. You got to do that because the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. And your mind wants you to have it. And your imagination, your mind want to work in tandem to bring beautiful things to life for you, just like the engine and transmission in your car. If you properly fuel and maintain them, they are the vehicle to take you wherever you want to go. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. But back to contemplation. And so the Wright brothers, they contemplated the flying high of things. And although they were very unsuccessful at first getting a craft that would actually stay in the air, they kept trying. Finally, they got a craft that stayed in the air for about 15 seconds. And that was all they needed. 15 seconds. Approximately 15 seconds is the reason that you and I can get to and from places very, very effectively and very, very quickly sometimes, where that if it's longer than a 4-hour drive, we could probably get there in a 30-minute flight or a 90-minute flight or a 2-hour flight. Worst case scenario, a 4 or 5 hour flight if you're in the continental United States, a 4 to 5 hour flight from coast to coast. Normally would take a 3-hour drive, a 3-day drive. Because somebody somewhere in history decided to contemplate the flying high of things and never got stuck with contemplating this staying low or being grounded of things. They didn't let the things that were going on in their present stop them from being remembered or doing memorable things. They did what they had to do to make things for their dreams. They did everything they had to do. They connected their mind and their imagination to create something so beautiful that you and I are still experiencing it today. Even think about the automobile. How Henry Ford made advances where automobiles could be made rapidly with the modern assembly line. So instead of taking weeks and hours and weeks to prepare a car, it took minutes. I know at one point, I'm from Detroit, I love the automotive industry, or I love the production of automobiles. Let me say that. And so I've studied this thing. I've actually, at one point I planned to be a mechanical engineer and a car designer. So I wanted to design vehicles. I wanted to be a part of Motown, so to speak. And so I studied how the big three did its process, how it built cars. And at one point in the 80s, producing a new car roughly every 52 minutes on an assembly line. Think about that. Roughly every 52 minutes, a new Cadillac was coming off the assembly line. There's some people who are able to enjoy those cars. There's some people who are able to drive in those cars based on the fact that one person saw this assembly line in their imagination, something that wasn't even tangible yet. They saw it in their imagination, and they stayed with it. They contemplated the efficiency of car production. They didn't contemplate, this is all we've ever done, this is all we've ever known, and this is how it's going to be. No. They contemplated, Henry Ford contemplated how to streamline and improve the process. And he stayed with it until he had it down pat. I can think of many other examples. Think of what it takes for a person like Barack Obama to run for the President of the United States of America. At that point, there have been no African Americans ever elected to the highest office in the land. And so here you have this brilliant man who was well capable of doing the job, who was qualified to do the job. But society had told us for years and years and years that a man who looked like him would never have a shot at being the president of the United States of America. What happened if he had contemplated, could have went wrong, and all the things that historically weren't right? He would have never made history. I ask you today to take a long look at your life, to take a long look at your process, to take a long look at everything you have going on in your life right now. What are you contemplating right now? Are you contemplating the flying high of things, or are you contemplating the being grounded of things? Are you contemplating the streamlining of life and improving upon something that already exists? Or are you saying that what exists is all there ever will be? Are you contemplating the dream in such a fashion that the things that come to oppose the dream, they don't matter? What are you meditating on right now? What are you considering? I ask tonight that you meditate on beautiful things. I ask tonight that you meditate on the life of your dreams. I ask tonight that you consider that the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Contemplate you flying high and soaring with eagles. I ask tonight that you take your life by the horns tonight, that you take your destiny by the horns tonight, that you take everything concerning you. You take it serious tonight. From this point forward, that you take yourself seriously, that, yes, we are at a point in our lives, we're at a crossroads where something major has got to happen for all of us. I guarantee it. If you listen to me right now, if you can hear my voice right now, I guarantee that you're going through something right now that is challenging your very existence. I guarantee it. You know how I know? Because I am too. I know it because I am too. And I refuse to quit. I will never allow myself to fall by the wayside, because now I have somebody looking at me who looks just like me and actually has my name. And in many days where I have wanted to just throw in the towel, I look in my son's eyes and I see my reflection. And I see him looking at me. And I see him now modeling to my behaviors. So now I have to improve how I do things because he's watching me. And I don't want to disappoint my wife because she made a commitment in front of God and our friends and relatives to go with me, to stand with me, to be there for me when I stepped out into this world to become everything I said that I was and everything I believe myself to be and everything I know that God told me is for me. And our family is counting on me to win because they need to see this model of success. I talked Saturday about the model of success. And what I want you to do tonight, people, is this. I want you, as you hear my voice again, just contemplate what it is that you truly want. This segues into visualization. You know, I'll tell you about visualization. I always ask you to get a huge picture of your life. You know, a lot of times, you know, we're aiming too low. We're aiming too low. We're aiming way too low, and we got to change our sight. You want to hit a target in the air, you got to aim in the air. You can't, if you aim low, you're going and you to hit a target. Then guess what? You know, some people are afraid to take shots in the air is because there's more risk involved. There's more what ifs involved. But contemplate the hitting of the target of things and not the missing of the target of things. Contemplate what it feels like to be successful at what it is you've been called to do. Contemplate being pleasant and being pleasantly surprised by life. Surprised in expectation. I expect surprising things to happen to me. I expect God to show up in amazing ways. I expect people to call me with good news. I expect big deals to come through. I expect nothing but success for myself and my family. And those people who I come in contact with, those who I coach, those who tune into my podcast, I pray that every time you hear my podcast, that something wonderful happens for you. I pray that every time you hear my voice, that something breaks loose for you. I pray that every time you come in contact with any one of my products, that it changes your life. That it changes your life for the better. That immediately your life improves. That you become more inept person you've been called to be. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Look, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to stay here all night and belabor this. You already know how we do this. But before I go, I want to do this. I want everybody to get a huge picture in your mind, a huge picture in your mind, a huge picture in your mind, a huge picture in your mind of what it is you want. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it, people. I want you to see that picture in your mind's eye. I want you to hold on to that picture in your mind's eye throughout the entire week until we meet again next week. I want you to hold on to that picture. And every time you see that picture, every time you hear the word dream, I want dream to be a trigger word for you now. This is NLP. I'm doing some NLP work with you now. This is a trigger. It's an anchor. And so every time you hear the word dream, I dare you. Think about the things that matter to you most. Think about the things that you want to manifest most. I dare you. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Every time you hear the word dream this week, I want you to take time and write down a dream or a goal in a notebook. Get a notebook. You know, you can go to the dollar store and get a notebook, however you want to do it. I have several notebooks. I've had so many notebooks that my wife gets agitated with me because I have notebooks everywhere. Some are half written in, some I write one word in and put it to the side. It's like another idea. But what I suggest you do is get a notebook, keep a notebook handy. And what I want you to do is that every time you hear the word dream this week, I want you to write down a dream or a goal. And after you write down that dream or goal, I want you to say it out loud. That's why I want you to go somewhere where you feel comfortable. Go somewhere where you're alone. Everybody doesn't know you're doing it. Go somewhere, get alone. I'll maybe go in the car, somewhere where you can be isolated from other people. I want you to write down that dream, write down that goal, and I want you just to decree and declare over that dream and that goal, the life of my dreams is wonderful and I deserve it. I want you to be passionate when you say it. The life of my dreams is wonderful and I deserve it. Because you know what you do. You do. You deserve wonderful things to happen for you. You deserve beautiful things to happen for you. You deserve to be able to put your family in a wonderful place. You deserve to be able to do things for your people, for the people that love you. You deserve to be able to change their lives. That's my dream. I want to change people's lives. I want to be able to go and write people's debts off. I want to be able to get people out of debt. You hear me? I want to get people out of debt. Like, I don't like it. I've had bill collectors calling my house and harassing me, and I know how it feels, and I don't want that for anybody. I want to go and buy people brand new cars and say, you know what? Don't even worry about a car note. I got you. I want to put people in houses that they don't have to worry about a house note. I got you. That's what I dream of. And I dream that, and so I decree and declare over your lives that whatever capacity that you've been put here to change somebody's life, that God enables you to do it. And every time you hear my voice, that you understand that somebody out there understands your plight. I understand your plight. And I love you, and I'll never turn my back on you. Because your assignment is very necessary, it's very special, but most importantly, it requires a lot of effort, because a lot of times people just really don't understand what it is you do and why you do it and why you want to do these things that don't make sense to other people. Because many people that you'll come in contact with are so selfish, and they don't really care about other people. But you have a heart. I can tell you, because you're listening to this show, that you have a heart to see other people blessed and happy. And so do I. And that's why I feel compelled to tell you that the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. And you're going to manifest some beautiful things in this lifetime before you leave this earth. Your family will be blessed beyond measure because of the sacrifices that you made for them. But not only that, but because of the spiritual, intellectual, and physical continuity that you have in manifesting something beautiful for them. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Every time you hear the word dream this week, I want you to write it down in your notebook, the dream is, and just decree over it. The life of my dreams is wonderful and I deserve it. Every time you hear the word dream. Every time you hear the word dream. I'm interested in knowing how this turns out for you. So as you write down your dreams, as you manifest your goals, shoot me a line. You can send me an email at myleswmiller@gmail.com. That's MYLESWMILLER @gmail.com. Or, even better, go to my website, myleswmiller.com, and go to Contact Us. On the Contact Us form, there's going to be a space for you to put in your name, your contact information, and just let me know how this week has worked out for you. Every time you hear the word dream, write it down in your notebook. Let me know the results. I want to coach you through this. I want to help you get to the next level. I want to help you realize the life of your dreams, because the life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. And I'm here for you. I love you. I'm in your corner. I'm pulling for you. I'm praying for you. And there's not much more I can say after that, other than go get it. Your time has come. Your time is now. It's time to be everything that God has called you to be. And it's time to contemplate yourself being that person. It's time to contemplate yourself being and doing and having. It's time for you to contemplate the flying high of things and never consider the staying low of things. This is Myles W. Miller. This is the fourth quarter comeback. I want you to stay in touch with me. Again, reach out to me at myleswmiller.com. Let me know how this show has been for you. Let me know what I can do to help you advance. But I want you to remember this. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. But I want to leave you with my motto and my mantra. My mantra and my motto. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit on your dreams. Listen to me again. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit on your dreams. Listen to me again. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit on your dreams. Listen to me again. I want you to hear me. Ever give up. Don't ever quit on your dreams. It may seem like nobody else cares sometimes, and I want you to know something. I care. I really do care about you. And I hope that matters to you. I hope that makes you want to go get it. Because you do deserve it. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. Don't ever let anybody take that from you. The life of your dreams is wonderful and you deserve it. So on that note, people, I'm going to get out of here. It's been a really wonderful time. This year is closing down, it's winding down, but before this year is over, we will see some beautiful things come to life for us. So, on that note, I love you, and I'll see you next week.
Myles Miller Motivation. Go get it.
Deer on your left.
Thanks, co-pilot.
No problem. Always on the lookout.
Know who else is on the lookout for wildlife?
Hungry bears.
Humans. We play an important role when it comes to wildlife management. People help keep populations balanced and habitats healthy. That keeps animals like deer in the woods and fields.
So they stay off the roads and out of my garden.
You're getting it! Michigan wildlife depends on us. Learn more at hereformioutdoors.org.
Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Whether you need your garage door repaired, want a custom door designed, or need a new door now, Precision Garage Doors' highly trained technicians are standing by. We're open 24/7 for repairs. We've been proudly serving Southeast Michigan since 2001. Schedule an appointment online at precisiondoormi.com or call 800 Door Repair.
Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.